Hello my friends, what it do baby boo? No. In this video, I'm just going to show you my formula to carrying feeders. When your team is feeding, and you want them to stop obviously, but you can't really do anything because they're just going full retard, and you still want to win the game. So this is my formula to carrying feeders. Some people ask this question, and I thought it would be a valuable skill for you to learn. So yeah, by the way, if you want to jump straight to the video, for those of you who are new to my videos and stuff, I do a Rekt comment of the day, and it's people who they comment and I say something funny back. So if you don't give a F about the Rekt comment and you want to just jump straight to the video, I'll put the timestamp in the description so you can just jump straight there. Anyway, the Rekt comment of the day today is Dollar Gaming. He said, "War people are effed for real. They pay this dude money so he coached them. Blah blah blah. What the F is wrong with people?" And then I was like, don't worry, he's just a troll, as you can tell from his profile pic. Looks like Trundle's fucking cousin. Oh, that one's not as funny as the other ones, to be honest, but I thought it was a little bit funny. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. Shana ducks. Before we get into the gameplay of this video, because this is a perfect example of what I do when I carry games, even though my team's feeding. There are a couple of points that I want to go over, and the points are this, okay? First off, to carry your team, okay, when they're feeding, means that you have to create a lead that dominates the enemy's lead that they've got, okay, that they've received from killing your team. So that might sound a bit complicated, but it pretty much, in my head, I picture it like this. So your team's feeding, okay, and the enemy's level of threat, or whatever, is like this. And then boom, they go up. Every time they kill your team, they just go up and up. What you need to do is you need to create a lead that matches this or surpasses it. Surpasses it will obviously be better. So that's the essence of what I do when I carry my team, is that I just create a lead that's more than this. Now there are a couple of points to do that. First is that you ignore the lanes that are feeding too much. Okay, in this game you're going to see my mid and top both go 0 and 2. They're both they kind of feed their lane, and the lane is pretty much over at the second death. In my opinion, it's just, yeah, it's GG. So I don't go to those lanes to try and fix it, to try and fix the mistakes. Instead, I just focus on bot lane, who is they're playing relatively well. They're not necessarily stomping their lane, but they're the only lane that I have to focus on to win the game. Because there's no point in trying to kick these ones back over the edge, kick top and mid over back on the edge. It's like this, okay? Pretend there's a fence, okay? This is the fence in the middle, and then this is winning, this is losing. Caitlyn and Renekton are on this side, okay? They're losing the game. It takes more effort to try and bring these guys from this side of the fence to that side of the fence, to the winning side of the fence, compared to Draven and Alistair, who are already on the middle of the fence. You just have to push them over like just a little bit more, rather than trying to get these dudes to jump all the way over. You just get this dude over here and you just tip him over like that. That's one thing I do, is that when you have teammates that are feeding, you shouldn't focus on them. You should just let them die. 99% of the time that's the case. You just let them die, and they're going to ask for your help. It's stupid to go top and help, because what if Lux is 3-0, your Caitlyn's 0-3, you have no advantage. If you try and gank that, Lux has enough damage and enough items as a 3-0 person that she can get a double kill if she's smart enough and if she has good enough mechanics. So there's no point trying to go to the lanes that are already feeding. It's best to just, like I said before, just kick the ones that are neutral and kick them over to the winning side. And you're going to see me do that in this game, so watch this. So this is a really good technique. I always invade when I'm niddly, especially if it's platinum or lower. Diamond people, they kind of pick up onto it. I missed my thing because I suck at this game. And already, okay, you're going to see that these guys start feeding, but my snowball has already been started. You have to relate it back to the first concept of creating a lead that's bigger than theirs. So even though the enemy team is going to kill Caitlyn and Renekton and their leads are going to go up, I'm going to counter jungle Jarvan so much to the point where his stature or his position in the game is nowhere near as strong as mine. I've counter jungled him too much. I've put him too far behind. I take his red. So at this point I've taken one of his buffs, which are really, really important for your early clears. I've killed him. And so obviously I'm at an advantage here. From Jarvan's perspective, I assumed he was going to go to his top side of the map. Instead he goes for a gank here. Caitlyn just flashed. So now that we know that Jarvan's on this side of the map, I thought he was going to go like this, right? But instead he did actually a pretty good move, and he went bot. as you're about to see. He goes bot, he kills Draven. So in this position, obviously since Jarvan's bot side, I should try and take control of this side of the map. Meanwhile, while that was happening, they were having a little skirmish, and I literally just walked up. I'll show you now. I saw that they were having a fight and saw how low she was. So all I do is literally just walk up and chuck a spear, chuck a thing, an auto attack. So while Jarvan's still bot side, I take control of his jungle, I take his buffs. So at this point he's got no buffs at all. I take all of his camps up here. And these guys are going to have a fight soon. And all I do is dive, gangplank, so watch this. Chuck the spear, boom, jump out, easy. Jarvan ganks mid, so my mid is now 0 and 1. ADC is 0 and 1. Alistar's 1 and 0, but that means nothing because it's a support. But I'm 3 and 0 because I've used my advantage properly. Like I said, the snowball started here. My snowball started here when I took his buff and I killed him, and then they had a fight and I took this and I killed Lux, took all of this side of the jungle, and then I killed Gangplank. And now you're still going to see that Caitlyn and Renekton are feeding, but I completely ignore their lanes because when I know that they're bad players, now that they know that they're bad players, maybe at least for this game that they're bad players. Like I said, referring back to the points that I made, it's easier to go from this to this, neutral to winning, compared to losing to winning. It's easy to go just flip over like that than rather than getting to jump over the fence. So you're going to see most of my time is spent either counter jungling or bot side of the map, because even though Draven's 0 and 1, he still has a better chance of carrying because I've just felt like this Caitlyn sucks dick. See, counter jungling, more counter jungling. Now, this is a really important fight to remember, okay? Once I kind of understood that mid and top weren't really that good of players, I want to put all of my efforts towards bot, because bot's playing really aggressive. When your players are playing aggressive like this, that's good, okay? That means that they're winning the lane. It means that these guys are just going to lose out on CS. As you can see, he's 45 CS and Draven's 68. Obviously, our dudes are winning the lane, but they need support. They need to have the jungler's pressure just to support the act of them being so aggressive. Because if Jarvan comes bot, he can get a double kill and then snowball this dude, and then all of a sudden he's out of the game. So I make the move of, since I kind of have a feeling that these guys are bad, I just spend my time bot side of the map. Now, even from Jarvan's perspective, okay, the two places that he's going to gank are this one and this one. He's not going to gank top, okay, because Renekton is full health. He can just ulti and dash away. He might gank mid, okay, because Caitlyn has relatively no escape skills other than her E. But look at bot lane. Bot lane has no escape skills at all. And it's a Draven. And if you shut down Draven's early game, he's going to be pretty much non-existent the rest of the game. And look how far they're pushed up. So, and they've got Leona. This is perfect gank for Draven, so I spend the majority of my time towards this side of the map. And then look, this dank little counter gank comes past. That was like a perfect exhaust from Alistar. I missed my spear because I suck at this game. Auto, spear, jump in, get out. Jump in. And now I just go and kill old butters. So I want to go over that counter gank again. That was perfect, okay? Renekton's, the wave was even. From Jarvan's perspective, it doesn't look like a guaranteed gank because Renekton's full health, he's much more tankier, he has his ultimate, blah, blah, blah. Mid is pretty likely, okay, because he can just EQ, ulti in, and then trap Caitlyn. But bot lane was all the way pushed up here. So from Jarvan's perspective, this gank here was the most attractive one. It's the most enticing. It's they have a Leona to work with for CC. They're pushed up all the way here, and Draven and Alistar have no escape skills. So obviously, Jarvan's going to gank here. That's why I spent my time over here, just waiting for the counter gank. The counter gank happened. I made a mistake by missing the spear, but it's alright. Now I just kill them, take the jungle when I can. He dies solo. Okay, he's 0 and 2. Lux kills Caitlyn solo, and you're about to see top lane dies as well. Jarvan goes top, kills him. Now, at this point, okay, this is the perfect point that I was talking about. 0 and 1 isn't really feeding. 0 and 1 is just like, yeah, the enemy laner has the advantage, but it's not necessarily the lane's completely over. When it gets to 0 and 2, when it gets to this point, 0, 2, 0, 3, around that is when the lane, in my opinion, is over. You might have a disagree. You might disagree with that. You might think feeding is 0 and 5. No, the lane is literally decided by this advantage here. And if you're really good, it can be decided by one death. One death can decide the lane. This is feeding right here. That's 4 deaths collectively. Top and mid lane are over. Okay. So now all I have to think is I have to create my lead. It has to be more than the enemy team's lead. And then I just fight with the lanes that I think are gonna carry the most. All you need is one person to carry. That's it. One person who does the damage to carry you. So this, from like I said a billion times, it's not Renekton, he's 0 and 2. It's not Caitlyn, he's 0 and 2. So I'm gonna spend all my time bot side to snowball Draven. I'm gonna counter jungle Jarvan as much as I can, and then I'm 5 and 1. So I'm strong enough that I can give the enemy team a hiding. Watch this, boom. Counter jungle, heaps of counter jungling. Look at this. I'm almost double. I think I am double. This dude's CS. Because I've been counter jungling him so much. Now this is when the two forces collides. When Jarvan is relatively fed, but like I said, you just fight with the people who are strong. You have to wait for the people who they have the lead to fight with. Imagine this fight that I'm about to go with. That's about to happen. If it was Draven instead of Renekton, if it was Renekton instead of Draven, sorry, or if it was Caitlyn, we wouldn't have won that fight. So you kind of want to avoid every fight that you can with Renekton and Caitlyn, and just fight with the one that actually have a chance to actually be relevant in the game. So at this point, it's just me and Draven that are relevant in the game. Like I said, top and mid are feeding. Okay, this is feeding in my opinion. Okay, these lanes are over. So I want to have all my fights on this side of the map with these people, and that's it. It's as simple as that. He goes for his red buff. We got timers on his red buff. We just kill him, shut him down. Now a fight happens. I suck at this game. I honestly suck so bad with my spears. Holy crap. See? And now, I did everything correctly, in the sense of I've counter jungled, I got my lead, I snowballed, I killed bot lane, I killed Jarvan once, I took his red buff, I killed Lux once, I killed top lane once, I counter jungled this side of the map so much. So now, I'm at such a strong enough point, I'm so fed, that the fact that Renekton and Caitlyn fed their lanes, that they're 0 and 2, doesn't even matter, because I'm at such a strong enough point that when we fight, I'm just going to win. I just win automatically. Now, some idiot, I promise you, some idiot's going to say, you're 8, 1 and 2, of course you're going to win. No, you stupid, okay? Because you have to have the mechanics, and you have to have the game knowledge to control that lead. Why do you think one of the most asked questions that I get is I go in 10 and 0, but I lose games? It's because you don't know how to use that lead effectively. I know how to use the lead effectively. That's what I mean when I say that I know how to carry feeders, because I know how to create the lead, okay? In this game, I created the lead, like I said. Boom, killed Jarvan, took his red buff, killed Lux, killed top lane once, counter jungled this side of the map like 3 billion times. And then I have that lead, and now I know how to use that lead effectively. So I take this lead, and I take it to the parts of the map where I know are going to have the most effect. It's not going to have the most effect here and here, because those guys are already feeding. Relating it back to that point of this is the fence, this is losing, this is winning. Everybody is on the fence, starting here on the fence neutrally when it's 0-0, the gold's even. But since Renekton and Kate started feeding 0 and 2, they fall on this side of the fence. It's much easier to bring the person that's still neutral on the fence, sitting on the fence, to bring him to winning, compared to this person taking him and trying to make him jump over the fence. It's way much more easier just to frickin' go like that. Okay, so to do that, you just fight with them. It's easy as that. Look, this dude's 4 and 3. That's way better than 0 and 2 of these guys. Plus his Draven, his mid to early game is really good. And now I just do everything. So we just had this billion fight here. We killed like 3 people. I take like all of his camps. I even freaking skip the towers, and then I just go take this camp. And then go take his blue buff, I think. Oh, look, and now another fight happens. And like I said, I've got myself fed enough to the point that that when we fight, it doesn't matter just because I'm going to beat him. I'm just going to win. Even though this dude fed his lane 0 and 2. The game for me has already been decided. When I'm this fed, I know how to carry it. Nice. See? Now more counter jungling. See, this is perfect. The sequence of events is perfect. I think we kill this dude. More counter jungling. And now at this point it's GG. I'm not going to show the rest of the game because it's not that important. But the thing that you should take away is that first off, ignore the lanes that are feeding. It's much easier to, like I said, go like this compared to go like that and make him jump the fence. It's much easier just to give him a little tip over. Second off is counter jungling. So even though at one point I think Jarvan was 5 and 2, I had double the CS because I counter jungled this side so much. Like I said, I made use of the opportunities where he was bot and I counter jungled this side of the map. Every time I saw him bot, I counter jungled. I counter ganked. The one counter gank that I did bot had a huge effect. We killed 3 of them. I took this. I think I took this one and then maybe I killed Lux or something. And look, my Renekton and Caitlyn are 0 and 3, but that doesn't matter because I'm fed enough to the point where them feeding is just not an issue just because I'm fed enough. So yeah, that's how you carry feeders. Okay, it's really really simple. You just a lot of it is dependent on the early game, early mid game, which is why I play jungle because jungle has the biggest influence in my opinion, early to mid game, and all you do is you just create the lead, you ignore the lanes that are feeding, and then you just fight with the people who you know you can trust. In this game, the most trustworthy person was Draven, because he wasn't feeding as much as these guys. Even though if these guys might feed more, which they did, just ignore them, okay? Get yourself the lead, okay? Fight with the trustworthy ones, counter jungle as much as you can, make picks, get dragon control, blah blah blah. And then you'll be Gucci. Hopefully you learned something from this. I know, and you know what? I guarantee you, some freaking retard is going to focus so much on this number right here and say, of course you're going to win, you're 13 and 1. Well, why am I 13 and 1 in the first place? Maybe you should think to yourself, well, how do I get 13 and 1? How did Danyon do it this game? And then I just told you before, I counter jungled, I killed him once, killed Jarvan once, level 2 here, I killed Lux, I killed top lane, and I counter jungle all of this, and then the snowball started. But would you have enough expertise? Would you have enough knowledge to do that exactly? Would you have enough knowledge to kill him, take his red buff, even go for the invade early game? Would you have enough knowledge to know that I can beat Nidalee can beat Jarvan level 2 if I catch him at the right time? Would you have enough knowledge or enough map awareness to know that Lux and Caitlyn were fighting and that she was just one hit away? Or were you too stupid enough to realize that they were even having a fight and you were just focused on hitting your jungle camps? Same thing with top. Would you have enough map awareness to realize that they were having a fight? Or are you too focused on doing your combos on the jungle camps? Would you have enough knowledge of the game to know that while Jarvan's bot that you go and make use of this side of the map, or would you just keep farming your own jungle? See? So you're too stupid enough. The people who focus on this number are just retarded. They don't see all the stuff behind it. This is just the byproduct of all the stuff that's going on in here. So you shouldn't focus on the tangible byproduct. You should focus on all the processes that are happening in here. And then once you get a hold of the processes, then you'll see yourself going 13 and 1. So that's my little splurge or whatever. That's my little rant, in-game rant. Yeah, that's it. Have a good day. I love you. Stay beautiful. Shana Docs.